Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Sport Federation TV. It's fantastic to have you along. We of course keep talking about sport in the Western Cape right here on Cape Town TV, DStv channel 263. You can't miss us every Saturday morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. and of course our repeats on Tuesdays and Fridays where we talk about sport in the province. Well, we haven't spoken to them for a while now, but majorettes and cheerleading is of course one of the big prominent sports in the Western Cape. Mass numbers, lots of people participating, very popular amongst the schools and the competitions, and well, we've seen them. The drum poppies. Did I get that right? In the studio with me now is Robin Benjamin. Robin is, of course, from Western Cape, majorettes and cheerleading, and from the Boerland area.
That's correct.
Nice to have you here, Robin.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Is it the first time for you with you on?
It's my first time, yes.
Even I'm getting nervous here. All right, so tell me a little bit about majorettes and cheerleading. I think a lot of people have seen you guys on TV. You're always dressed out in the fancy gear and the kit and flying the batons around with the big music. Am I right?
That's correct, yes. The majorettes and cheerleading, we are all over the country.
Yeah.
I'm mostly me, myself, deal with the majorettes. I wish Boland would actually get a cheerleading team.
Yeah.
But our neighboring regions like Western Province, they all have cheerleading, and it's hard work.
Well, you just said something interesting to me because I didn't realize that majorettes and cheerleading were separate. I always thought majorettes and cheerleading was the same thing. So is it actually different?
It is different, but we all compete at the same competitions.
Yeah.
So, for example, where we would do our drills or whatever, the cheerleading would then also do their different sections as part of the same competition.
So what do the majorettes do and what do the cheerleading do?
The cheerleading, I said,
is there an easy way to explain it?
The majorettes have their, like I said, have their specific categories which they compete in, and the cheerleading have their specific rules and stunts and cheers and stuff that is a little bit different than the majorettes.
Yeah. So, and do they both have to dress up in that fancy kids gear that we see?
Cheerleading have their own uniform, and then the majorettes we have our own uniform.
So is the cheerleading more like the dancing groups before big games and so on?
A little bit of that with the stunts, yes, and the cheers and yeah. Those
athletes are very acrobatic.
Yes.
Like they're always doing flying moves and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me about are you more in the majorettes? How does that work for you during the week? Do you have to coach the kids on movements and drills and so on?
Yes, I do. On Tuesdays and Thursdays at the primary school where I teach, we practice, and then on weekends I would take the high school team where I would have to teach them and everything.
Yeah. And one of the things I've often wondered about is when we see you guys doing the majorettes, is that there's a band, there's some music with you guys. Do you guys have to have a band, or do you play music from a sound system, or how does that work?
When we do something that's called a street march, then we would get a band.
Yeah.
But at competitions or for our own practicing purposes, we have our own audio that is compiled with different mixes, which we then use a speaker box or
yeah. And is there specific music that you have to have for competitions, or can you just choose your own music?
You can use anything except for national anthems of any country.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's all.
And profanity is a big no.
Yeah. So you've got some big competitions coming up here. I mean, how's Western Cape majorettes doing? It's active all across the country. You're part of the South African Majorettes and Cheerleading Association. And it's part of the SASCOC structure. How are we doing in South Africa from majorettes point of view?
Is this now for the Western Cape, or?
Yeah, just are we active at the schools? Are they playing on the weekends?
Yes, we are quite active. But now under the Western Cape, like I said, SVD, Boland, and Western Province, the three regions, we are currently separate.
Yeah.
So each region has their competitions and their different dates.
Yeah.
But when it gets to nationals, we will all be competing for the same championship. Or, the trophy, you know.
So are there majorettes coaches all around the country that are coaching at different places like you?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Each team, I know of trainers who also have two teams, a high school and a primary. Then you get those who are specifically focused on just primary school or just high school teams.
Yeah. And do you guys ever talk to each other? Do you strategize?
Yes, we do. What SAMCA brought back this year is the provincial competition,
Yes.
where each province,
Yeah.
those provincial athletes are going to compete against each other at the national championships. So post or pre-COVID, you got your provincial colors, and that was it. You did your development, but now they've brought it back, so each province will compete against each other.
Who's the best province? Western Cape.
I don't know, I can't say.
We don't know yet.
Yeah.
Well, we know we're always going to go head to head with Gauteng and KZN and the Eastern Cape. They've all got their provinces. You guys are going to have your work cut out for you. But you've got a lot of preparation to do. There's some big competitions coming up. I believe that your next big one is on the 8th of June, your Boerland Championships.
It's not championships yet, but it's one of our regional competitions.
Regional competitions. So what happens at a competition, and where is the Boerland competition? Do we know yet? Not yet?
This one is at Charles Morkel Stadium in the Strand.
You're right.
The categories that will be performed is the small groups categories, and then the large drill and small drill categories. Yeah.
And can members of the public come and watch?
Yes, they can.
Is that a draw card? It's open to all?
Yes.
Which, of course, adds the entertainment factor.
Yes.
Because you guys are all about entertainment.
Yeah. Motivates the girls and boys.
And then you've also got, from the 19th to the 20th of September, you've got the World Championships, I believe, here in Grand West.
That's correct, yes.
Tell me a little bit about that. Are there obviously other countries coming down? This is an enormous event, a big privilege for South Africa to be hosting this.
Yes. So we have our other countries coming down, and then our athletes who have been chosen to represent the national team will then perform there or compete against the rest of the world.
Is everybody very excited about that?
They are.
That's a big one, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you've also got the South African Championships, which has got cheerleading and majorettes. So it's three big events, well, even more big events, all leading up to this at the moment. Is there a buzz right now amongst the athletes? Is everybody talking and planning and preparing and raising funds and getting their uniforms ready?
Yes, the fundraising is throughout the year.
Yeah.
But I think the buzz will actually start after the provincial championships has passed. Then everyone starts preparing and focusing on the national championships.
So what does that mean for you as a coach? Does that mean you've got to keep speaking to the moms and the dads and check where the kids are and that they're all coming to training?
Yes. We have our winter season coming, so kiddies are getting sick and we just really need to practice, but we understand.
Yeah.
But they're excited, and most of these athletes are very dedicated, so they don't even want to miss even though they are ill or...
Most athletes are dedicated when they've got a coach that inspires them. So I'm sure you are that inspirational coach. So Robin, fantastic having you on the show with us. We can't wait to get you back on the show. Lots of photographs, lots of videos, lots of stories, which is what we love to hear. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
There we go, folks. Robin Benjamin, she's of course coach in the Boerland area. They're getting ready for the Boerland regional competitions. There's nationals coming up, and of course the SAMCA is hosting, South African Majorettes and Cheerleading is hosting here in the Western Cape the World Championships at Grand West from the 19th to the 20th of September. We'll definitely be talking more about that in the weeks leading up to that. But wow, another World Championships here in the Western Cape. We're so proud of them. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll carry on talking about sport in the province. Back in a sec.